If you are over 50, you need to know one thing right away. The greatest danger to your life is not age. The real danger is repetition, routine, mechanicity. Reacting automatically to life's stimuli and questions day after day without ever questioning them again. You need to know that every human being generates, on average, between 60,000 and 70,000 thoughts every single day. Most of these thoughts aren't consciously chosen, they happen automatically. In almost all cases, they are the same thoughts as yesterday, the week before, and often even years before. Now stop for a moment and ask yourself honestly, how can your life improve if you keep thinking in exactly the same way, over and over, day after day? The problem with the things you have wanted to change for a long time without succeeding is not that you don't know enough. It's not a lack of information or ability. The problem is that your brain is running on autopilot and keeps reproducing the same mental patterns. Repetitive thoughts generate repetitive behaviors. Repetitive behaviors produce repetitive results, and life ends up staying the same. A large part of your thoughts originates in the oldest areas of the brain, the reptilian brain and the limbic brain. These biological structures are programmed for one fundamental mission only: survival and reproduction. To accomplish this mission, they do something very precise. They avoid risk, they avoid change, and they avoid the unknown. If today you're here listening to this video, it means they have done their job well. They protected you and allowed you to get this far. But now that you have entered the second half of your life, this same mechanism can begin to sabotage you. This part of the brain does not ask what truly makes you feel alive, what motivates you, or what makes you happy. Instead, it asks what is safer, what is more comfortable, and what is better not to change. And this is how life slowly shrinks, not because opportunities are missing, but because caution and fear increase. The same thoughts generate the same emotions. The same emotions produce the same reactions. The same reactions lead to the same results. And life keeps repeating itself. And the body feels it clearly: less energy, less enthusiasm, less desire. If you feel that all of this concerns you, stop for a second and subscribe now to the Longebility channel, because this is exactly what we talk about here. How to get out of autopilot and return to living with presence. Now listen carefully to this part, because it is essential. The discouraging dynamic I have just described does not have to be your destiny. It is only a mechanism, and like every mechanism, it can be interrupted. But on one condition: becoming aware of how this dynamic works. As the teacher Eckhart Tolle says, awareness is the beginning of all change. Awareness does not mean judging or criticizing yourself. It means noticing what is happening inside you. When you observe a thought without automatically believing it, that thought loses power and an inner space is created. It is a space between stimulus and response, and it is precisely in that space that your freedom returns. That is where you can shift control and move from the brain of fear to the prefrontal cortex, the most evolved part of the brain, the one that knows how to understand, choose, and give meaning. It is not the brain of youth and instinct. It is the brain of conscious maturity. However, to function in this wiser and more evolved way, the mind must be trained, not with effort or tension, but with presence. Presence with the breath, presence with thoughts, presence with emotions. This is not New Age or spirituality. It is simple mental hygiene. When the prefrontal cortex becomes your command center, the quality of your thoughts changes. And when thoughts change, the chemistry of the body changes as well. Every thought activates neural networks that produce neuropeptides and hormones. This means that every thought and every emotion speaks directly to your cells. Fear and calm do not send the same messages. Your cells are always listening, and they obey diligently, moment by moment, throughout your entire life. Repeated thoughts create repeated chemistry, which influences the expression of your genes. This process is called epigenetics, and it is the reason why today we know contrary to what was believed in the past, that we are not victims of our genes. By changing your thoughts, genetic expression changes. And as a result, health, longevity, and quality of life change. DNA is not a sentence, it is a possibility. DNA is a library, and it is your consciousness that decides what will be expressed. And this is where the real advantage of age comes into play. You have experience, you have depth, you have lived. Now you can use all of this not to defend yourself from life, but to choose it consciously. You can choose to generate thoughts that affirm that the second half of life is not a decline, but a level up, a transition toward more freedom, more presence, more truth. The possibility of transforming your life into the most interesting and evolutionary experience you have ever lived. Longevity does not mean surviving longer. It means living better now, waking up in the morning with motivation, giving a deep meaning to your existence. And are you thinking exactly the same thoughts as yesterday, as a week ago, as a year ago? Then tell me, why should your life change if you don't change? Do you complain that your life is not improving? Or are you just pressing play on the same old mental program and then acting surprised by the ending? And the most uncomfortable question of all, are you handing over the helm of your life to circumstances, to the news, to other people, while your thoughts are driving on autopilot? Now stop, observe, please do it. This world truly needs you. Free, healthy, wise, happy, and long living. If this video made you reflect or provoked you, then it achieved exactly the goal I had set. In a world where most human beings react in a mechanical and repetitive way, it is necessary for the so-called new elders to step forward and guide the evolution of humanity and of the planet that hosts us. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to Longebility Mindset channel, like this video, and share it with someone you believe can still make a difference. Because true aging is not of the body, but of consciousness, and consciousness can evolve at any age. Thank you and see you in the next video.